our bi-weekly visit with the Entrepreneur's Edge. We've got Dr. Melissa Meidinger.
Hello, Steve. How are you?
I'm quite well. Thank you for gracing us with your presence today.
I know it feels like it's been forever since I've been in here.
It has been at least, a month.
A month,
Yeah.
yes.
And we did have the infamous Angiani in, and she did a great job for Startup Watertown.
Excellent. I knew she would.
It's nice to have the good doctor in every so often.
Yes, I've missed this. So thank you for having me.
So are you feeling edgy today?
No.
Not any, how about entrepreneurially edgy?
I am feeling a little entrepreneurial today.
Okay.
Yes.
So I've been thinking about what you just said. And now it's like a tiny little hamster on 500 energy drinks in there. And so, I'm all about positivity and mindsets and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And so you triggered me by saying, writing things down.
Yes.
And then my brain is like a tree where it shoots in different directions instead of straight. And so I immediately thought of, we don't do cursive much in school anymore. We type a lot in school, or we tap, or we're, clicky clacky, or even fake writing kind of.
Yep.
So why do you think that it's so important that people have this writing things down, taking notes? And is there some science behind
There
that?
is actually some science behind the fact of writing something down with your hand. There is magic that happens between your fingertips and your brain where it sticks more, and you're able to recall it more when you're thinking about things. So there is a science behind actually writing things versus taking notes on the computer.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm thinking that we almost bring back the overhead projector.
Ooh, I like that.
And the
Old
kind
school.
that you kind of roll it and it just has the plastic that they keep wiping off.
Yeah, I don't know if we have the patience for that these days, but that would be epic.
No, it was cool when they had them though.
Yeah,
I was like, wow.
agreed.
Look at it.
Agreed. And then you had all the different colored markers that you would write on there so that you had different colors.
Yep.
Yeah.
See how much you remember?
Yeah. See?
I know. So if we can somehow implement that into today's world, then that could make you a better student, a better entrepreneur.
Yeah. All the things.
Employee,
all the things. Yes.
husband, wife, father, mother,
Absolutely.
brother, sister.
Handwriting. I love it.
How?
I'm a big I handwrite notes instead of sending emails and those types of things for thank yous. I tend to write handwritten notes. I remember way back when I got my first email, way back when, how excited I was. But nowadays, when I get that little envelope in the mail, that's a little card that is a thank you card or a hello card, I get so excited for those, and I save those. They're all over on my walls.
Me too. I got a bunch that I stick over by the whiteboard, right? Marker board.
Yeah.
So when I have more of a permanent place, I'm not sure. Maybe when you sign like a 50-year lease or however those work, then I want them just like almost like the prop is. I don't know about the ceiling, but maybe the ceiling now that I'm thinking about it. But I just want thank you notes everywhere.
That'd be unique.
I think so.
Yeah.
And then a door that everyone signs. It's like it's got a take board or whatever, some piece of material that hangs on the board, and then like if this is your first time, you sign it when you leave.
I love it.
Yeah. I think that is something that we would have a piece of history together forever. At least I would.
Yes, I love that.
Thanks. Okay. So I believe in the writing thing, and that's why it triggered all of those thoughts. Like I had people do that in my garage. They would sign the door.
Oh, that's
they'd
cool.
come over. Yeah. And I love thank you notes. Well, so not only does it help you retain things, but it does, I think, show that it helps you gain more patience. Because I write sometimes and then I can barely read it later. And so I say to myself, okay, this is something you have to remember. Like, slow down, buddy.
Yep.
And then you actually have to slow down.
Yeah.
So I think there's so many benefits other than, retention. It's like a mindset. It can change the vibe a little, like, hey, relax.
Agreed.
Write down the
Agreed.
note.
Agreed.
Oh, so that was pretty edgy for entrepreneurs,
There you go.
right? I don't know. You're the doctor, but the psychology behind it is a big deal.
It is fascinating. I recently read a study that talked about a few European countries were actually going back to taking notes on paper in their schooling and in their education, because they feel like we've lost some of that. We've lost part of that art of learning when we go to use technology so much. So it's interesting.
Yeah. I like to be dramatic sometimes. So I get it when you had to take a pen and suck up the ink and try to write. I was like, man, this stinks. I don't want to write anything. And then we got pens and we're like, oh, cool. This is easy. And then computers, I don't want to write anything anymore.
Right.
But now we're like sometimes I can't spell because my brain I think it's thinking so fast about what I'm saying that everything gets messed up sometimes and it comes out looking like a 3-year-old texted somebody.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I've done that as well.
Yeah.
There's definitely a science and a magic that happens when you write. And I think that it's important that we recognize that. And there's an opportunity to do something unique with that somewhere.
So check this out. I think you're going to dig this. So writing could be considered traditional, maybe old school, right? So tell me about another old school subject like silver tsunami.
Old school. Okay, I like how you made that transition. That is excellent. That brings us to the topic that I wanted to talk about today.
Yeah.
Exit strategies for business owners. So as I've talked before for Leadership Lab on the fact that we have a group of employees who are getting ready to retire, and business owners and entrepreneurs are needing to replace those employees with new employees, and there's a lack of maybe knowledge transfer there. We are experiencing the same thing in the entrepreneurial small business world, meaning that we have a generation that has put their heart and soul into building communities by opening small businesses and running small businesses. They're getting ready to retire, or they want to retire, hence the name Silver Tsunami. But there really has been a lack of succession planning on their part because they've been so focused on building their business and working their business and being present within our communities, that I think it's important that we recognize that selling a business isn't just selling a business. It's actually very strategic in nature. And this generation getting ready to move on needs a plan. They need to have a plan in place. And it's our responsibility as consumers and communities and other people within the economic ecosystem to help these individuals in their succession planning. Because if you think of these small towns, if you look around on Main Street or in the community and you look at all of these small businesses, what would those communities look like if those small businesses simply closed their doors? We don't want that. So we have to help them in their succession planning, and we have to give them tools and strategies on how to do it and do it well and successful so that we can keep on thriving in our smaller communities. So one of the things that I think people need to recognize when it comes to selling a business is that it is strategic in nature. The best exit plans or succession plans are planned years in advance, not months, not days, not I woke up this morning and suddenly don't want to run my business anymore. And the reality is that business owners often want out because they're burnt out. Maybe they have a health condition. They are just ready to move on, but there is no one there to sell their business to. And so it's really important that we recognize some of the ways that these business owners can exit their business and how they can strategically plan that 5 years out, 6 years out. Again, it shouldn't happen one morning when you wake up, I want to sell my business. It's a strategic plan. And it should be strategic in nature to maximize not only the success of the new owner, but maximize the money that you're able to get out of your business for your hard work, your sacrifice, and your commitment to the communities that you've been working in.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things, obviously, when you sell a business, there's several different exit options to think about. Obviously, you can sell to an outside business, outside buyer, someone who's not within your business. But one of the things I think I'm seeing that is a more successful option is selling to an employee.
Mm-hmm.
And what that means is that you have spent intentional time learning about this employee, giving that employee your knowledge and your skills, and they understand the nature of your business and are able to maybe carry on that legacy that you've created. There's a really cool program that Mitchell Technical College is putting in place in their entrepreneurship program that has, they're working with the Department of Labor for some apprenticeship to help these small business owners succession plan with training these employees. Oftentimes what the problem is that these employees are really good at doing their job, but they may not have that business sense over here. And the entrepreneurial program at Mitchell Technical College is looking at how can we help these small business owners in their succession planning by training these individuals in how to run a business while they're getting the knowledge from that owner on what that business looks like and how that business knowledge serves their community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd say if you aren't approached by a larger company and you don't have family, are you just going to flip the switch, go on the internet, sell your business and hope it sells as soon as possible? Or
hope it sells at all.
Yeah. Or do you groom someone in and, mentor them? Maybe the business even changes a little bit, whatever, but you feel, I bet that feels a lot better.
Yeah,
also.
Absolutely. And again, I said that communities and consumers, we have a vested interest in helping these small business owners in their succession planning. We have a vested interest in making sure that we still have a plumber in our community, that we still have an electrician in our community. So, if there is a small business that you've ever considered, well, I could do that. There is a vested interest in the consumer side and the community side in helping these business owners find people to buy those businesses. And oftentimes businesses become part of your family, your name. They become your baby when you've built it from the ground up. And we tend to value those businesses based on our emotional attachment to those businesses. And we really have to step back and understand what makes businesses valuable. Cash flow, predictability, growth potential, the risk of getting in, the risk of getting out. And these are why it's important to plan an exit strategy and why it should take 2 to 5 years of planning to get out of your business, because the financial performance that they're going to look at is your revenue, your profitability, your cash flow. Those things are pretty, are provided through your financial statements. And those are things that a potential new buyer or a bank, they're going to look at those. They're going to look at the historicals there. So you want to be intentional when you are working within your business to make sure that you're creating the vision in your financials.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is really, again, understanding how to value your business. And there are several different ways. Obviously, asset-based, meaning what do you own? What can you sell for, like, property-wise? Income-based, so maybe you're a business such as a radio station that doesn't necessarily have a lot of equipment, but you have a lot of income coming in because you have a lot of customers. So that income-based approach might be better for valuating your business. And then there's that market-based. What are similar businesses in your area selling for, or across the state selling for? And again, that price of your business is going to really depend on buyer demand, financial availability from lenders, and timing. Again, succession planning or exit planning is a strategic part of a business, and it should be done over a course of a period of 2 to 5 years. It shouldn't happen just like that. Timing is huge when it comes to this succession planning.
I am thinking about it already, in the fact that more than likely my 2 daughters don't want anything to do with it, but they might, as it develops, want a different portion of it, or work in a different area, or who knows. But if not, and knowing that, then it's like you'd still like your family to have some maybe financial security, or depends on what you build as a business. And then you could take on the right person to kind of pass the torch if it's not a family member or something.
Absolutely. And again, I think that's the important part of planning this, is really when you are hiring employees, you know, if you're one of the individuals who is a part of the Silver Tsunami, really thinking about the individuals that you are hiring. Is there any of them who would be interested in taking on the role of business owner here? And it could be as simple as asking them, is this something that you have ever considered, especially your employees who are gifted in maybe the skills that you have, or sponges when it comes to the knowledge that you're giving them. Asking them, would this be something that you would consider? And then working with them in a strategic nature to make sure that they have all of the knowledge to actually do the technical side of it, but then also helping them on the business side, whether it is getting training on how to run a business, or, you know, finding resources for them to utilize. Because again, you want your business to go on after you. Most people, when they start a business because they want that to be a part of their legacy. You have to plan for that. And there are several resources out there that can help you with succession planning. The Small Business Development Center is one of them. We can help you kind of navigate some of the things and connect you with the resources that you would necessarily need for that process.
And you're connected to hundreds of people all over the nation, if not the globe, that can help.
We'll go with that. Yes. One of the things that the SBDC prides themselves in is the fact that we are well connected. We do have resources across the state, across the region. And if we don't know the answer, if we don't have the skill set that you're looking for or that you need at that moment, we're going to put you in connection with someone who does have that to help you.
Good. That's what I was going to say. I'm sure if I had the next idea and it was going to but I had to do it in Greenland, you could probably call somebody that knows someone, and then they'd get that Greenland person on, and boom, we'd be off and running.
I can hook you up.
I know it. So just imagine your impact locally.
Yes.
I mean, wow. So I think that's very interesting, though, because we do have so much ag, and I think that there's a lot of ag businesses that are in this. Is my family taking over? Okay, they're not. So what do? Do they sell the land? Do they hired hand maybe comes on board, and takes over. I don't know. What do you do?
Yeah,
So
So I was at our quarterly retreat 2 weeks ago when Angie was on. Actually, that's where I was at. And we had a speaker who actually specializes in farm succession planning and how to help farmers keep farming.
Mhm.
And so, yes, we can also hook you up with resources like that. But it's true. You look around and these are all important people within our community. Every business has an impact in your community. They raise sales tax revenue. They fill a gap. They provide a service that we need. And as we look at our own community, recognize just how important those small businesses are and what can we do to ensure that we can keep those small businesses and their doors open, because they are an important part of our community and we need them in our community, in our economic ecosystem.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's necessarily the most popular opinion, but it's like when we talk about shopping local and so on,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if businesses realize how many might not even consider, air quotes, you, right? So even if you can get the consideration from someone to shop local, that's like a big step towards them checking you out in general.
Absolutely.
That's a big deal, kind of, believe it or not.
Absolutely. It is, and I have said this for years. Small business owners are the superheroes of our local communities. They are when you spend $1 at their store, it is generated, it turns around, I think, 5 or 6 times. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's 5 or 6 times. That's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. And not only that, but the small businesses are the ones who are donating to the Girl Scouts, who are donating to the sports teams, who are doing the things that help us live within our community. It's so important.
Absolutely. Phew, that was beautiful.
Well, thanks.
Did we cover the whole silver guys and ladies?
Yeah,
gals?
I encourage people to, if you've ever thought about owning a business, look around in your community and see if there's a small business that does what you are considering doing, and if they are, maybe approach them saying, hey, when you are ready to retire, hey, look at me, help me. Maybe I could be the person that takes over your business. Because again, we have a vested interest as communities to help these businesses exit and make sure that those businesses stay open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's best to approach it from a how can I help this individual retire or sell, instead of, man, I've been working here for 15 years. When do I get to my due?
Right. I mean, we have a vested interest in making sure our communities thrive, and this is one of the areas that we should consider.
Yeah, it's a perfect situation. Whew, you're good. Dr. Melissa Meidinger, is there anything else that you would like to cover today?
No, I think that was it. Again, if you are looking to start a business or have started a business and have questions on how running it, or if you're looking to expand or need capital, just remember that the Small Business Development Center is here. I am here. I am a free resource. I love helping entrepreneurs. I love helping people in general. Please reach out. Steve has my information on the post. Again, my goal is to make our communities thrive through economic development and really through small business ownership. And in small businesses, they are, again, the superheroes of our community.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, beautifully said. We will ensure all contact information is available for anyone that wants to reach out to you.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming in, and look forward to hopefully seeing you in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
If not, I know that you always take care of us. So
yes,
we appreciate that. So thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
You bet. Let's get back to some music here on Northeast Radio SD.